What's up, Banger fans? Sam Astroth welcoming you back to Overkill Reviews, Banger's weekly metal review show. We are kicking 2025 off with Ukraine's top metal export. This is Jinjer.
The grips are falling down, and you pick them one by one. The drums stepped into the end of life. Ukraine witnesses blood. It's not him who drinks from the bottle, it's the bottle that drinks from him.
That was the mind-boggling, sinister, mesmerizing, yet heavy new single Green Serpent off of Jinjer's upcoming 5th full-length album, Duel, out on February 7th through Napalm Records. The modern metal giants Jinjer originated from Ukraine in 2008 and has been taking the world by storm, one album after the other. Currently, the band consists of vocalist Tatiana, guitarist Roman, bassist Eugene, and drummer Vladislav. Jinjer's sound is comprised of an eclectic mix between progressive metal, gent, metalcore, and groove metal, with lyrics often depicting different scenarios of deep, dark, and haunting personal struggles. The band first found their big breakthrough after their song Pisces went viral on YouTube, which now has 90 million views. Jinjer has released stellar albums back-to-back and have had many successful tours so far. So with all that behind them, how does their 5th full-length album, Duel, measure up? Let's find out. I just want to start off by saying this is by far the heaviest album Jinjer has dropped. The first song you heard, titled Green Serpent, has a good mixture of clean and heavy moments like most Jinjer songs, but this one gave me no time to breathe.
The damage that go round in the land of the blind, the one eye is a king. It burns in their empty pots, ugly rotten seeds.
Seriously though, Jinjer rarely has ever dropped a straight-up no-clean singing track like this, and combined with a complex riff accenting Tatiana's growls, Rogue is a force to be reckoned with. The force is strong with this one. Other stellar heavy tracks on this album are Fast Draw and the title song Duel. Okay, after this album, I will not accept anyone shitting on Jinjer for any reasons whatsoever. Truth be told, I personally thought this band had something special when I first heard Set Stay Rollover and I Speak Astronomy, even before the band blew up. This album is so well written that it hurts your head, in a good way. Every component is cleverly composed in every song, so that you're actually surprised when hearing each song for the first time. The band's sound has matured in such a way where I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to get when listening to a new song. Is it going to be cleans? Is it going to be all screams? Is it going to be a slow song? Is it going to be fast? Is it going to switch up on me when I least expect it? The last one is probably true. Like I said, you're never really sure what you're going to get on this Jinjer album. Contrary to the heaviness you heard on Rogue, this one hits different.
So my gentleness is turning to rigidity. And once off, the skin is nothing but the scale. One by one, I lead in equal fights eventually. The goodness is broken and unfeigned.
That was Someone's Daughter. You get a mix of tech death like Obscura, prog like Opeth, and maybe even some Dream Theater like vibe on some parts, and some genty parts like Meshuggah vibes near the end. Now, with that said, every single song on this album is actually very busy in terms of not really having any clear choruses, and all of them having quite drastic switch-ups happening almost all the time. It can be a bit dizzying to listen to, and it might make it a bit hard to make each song stand out on their own if you listen to the album front to back. So, contrary to the last point I made, another perspective could be that maybe a bit more diversity on the song lengths and making some more songs a bit simpler in structure would deal with this issue a bit better. I gotta give a huge shout out to the instrumentation and production on this album, to the guys on the instruments and the producer Max Morton. Jinjer doesn't write easy songs. Almost every song has multiple change-ups between fast blast beats to all over the place drumming, crazy proggy bass lines, eerie minor chords to sometimes clean parts to heavy chugging guitar parts that switches up out of nowhere, and Tatiana switching up her vocals at whim. This can make it really hard to make them sound coherent. But, in my opinion, Jinjer and Max Morton accomplished this with flying colors. Listening with headphones, I found all the songs to be very well balanced and evenly matched no matter where I was on the album. Max manages to make Tatiana stand out at just the right spot where she can shine with both her cleans and growls while simultaneously letting each of the band members have their moment with their own respective instruments. Alright, being another vocalist, I can't not talk about Tatiana's fantastic vocal work on this album. She is a gem in the metal world. Her cleans are smooth as butter, with many layers of intricate textures, which draws influences from many genres, including soul, jazz, R&B, and reggae, all lending their blend on top of her melodic but powerful metal delivery. You might not have heard all of these influences if you haven't been listening to Jinjer since the beginning, but yeah, go back and listen to their earlier works and you'll hear what I'm talking about. With that said, Tatiana has some of the most recognizable and prominent sounding growls in modern metal today. That was the blast beat driven brutality that is Kafka, one of the heaviest moments on the album where Tatiana flexes her metal pipes in full blast. But in true typical Jinjer fashion, you gotta wait 3 minutes to get to this part, as the beginning has a very heartfelt emotional lyrics and soft clean vocal delivery. Throughout the 11 songs, Jinjer gives us plenty of mind-bending sonical surprises along with complex, catchy, heavy, memorable moments. Feels like they really tried to write solid, well-rounded songs in this album. Seriously, none of the songs feel weak by themselves or even when I listen to them back to back. Therefore, I'm giving Duel a solid 4 skulls out of 5 here on Overkill Reviews. First up, I got the brutal new offering from Sinizter from Atlanta, who just seems to keep getting more and more heavier by the day. War Life Dead dropped on January 23rd via Bloodblast distribution, and these 6 songs are by far the heaviest things it's ever dropped to date. Recently, Sinizter hired a live band to unleash the lead single from the upcoming EP called Of Sin and Virtue, and holy shit, is it a crazy mashup of Predator slam death vocals, Memphis vibes, black metal shrieks, and trap metal nonsense. The EP also features 2 stellar collabs, one with the vocalist of modern deathcore outfit Left to Suffer on the track Shallow Grave, and the vocalist of slam death monstrosity Peeling Flesh on the track Mangled. Definitely give this EP a spin. Next up is Oni Inc. from Vegas, who just independently dropped his latest full-length album, Good and Evil Don't Exist. Hailing from Vegas, Oni Inc. is a multi-genre solo artist who has been dropping new songs every single week for as long as I've known him. We dropped 3 collab tracks so far, Reviving the Dark Lord Just to Erase Their Existence, Buzzfight Ear, and Tropical Major, so feel free to check them out. Throughout the 13 songs, Oni explores lots of genres and sonical varieties, with both his vocals and in the instrumental department as well. I love this level of exploration. You get a good mix of fun, emotional, and hard-hitting songs. A failure on every level is super experimental of an album opener. Last but not least, this isn't necessarily a new release, as this came out on August 2nd of last year, but independently released, the new album from Redzed titled Tales of a Necromancer grew on me the more I listened to and the more time had passed. The 11-song album has plenty of dark vibes with clever twists and turns that you may at first sight not come to expect if you aren't familiar with Redzed's discography. The album opens with a dark trap song called Satanic Flows, which features the funk giant Sumpra. My favorite song on the album is Necromancer, which has another stellar feature being the trap metal giant Gizmo. What really stood out to me about Redzed is that his singing style sounds so much like Ozzy. You can really hear it on songs like Hell Ride and Smoke and Fire. On top of rap flows and singing that take you back to the old days, the album also has heavy nu metal vibes and hardcore screams on tracks like Black Magic and Seppuku. Alrighty, Banger fans, there you go. Till next time, Sam Astral signing out.
Wash on my bare face, it was ripped up like a mask. As they stabbed up on the throne of my own soul, unmasking goes and prize, all the purest compromise. In explosion, I cement myself for last. No, I am just a ghost at the end.